Hey, what's up, you guys? This is sort of a part two video to the previous SmackDown versus Raw video. I will link that at the end of this video. But for those of you that support me on Patreon by now, you probably have your next test of SmackDown versus Raw. And also, it contains a few things that we've spoken about. And already, a lot of you have already sent me bugs to fix, which I have done. A lot of people have wanted the Titantron Minitron glitch fixed right away, even though I'm not done adding Titantrons, that's why I haven't done it yet. This came out, Friday? So it is now Monday night when I'm recording this. I did fix it, so yes, that will be part of the December update. So yeah, no problems, no glitches on the Minitron anymore. You will just have all the Titantrons that are currently available and maybe a few extra as well. Now, of course, with this update, you're seeing some of the expanded roster, and I think in the create a moveset menu, you probably have a good idea of what the full roster is, considering, I think without Divas, it is 64 wrestlers. With Divas, it's 70 playable characters total, which, I think ultimately makes this game so much better. There's quite a few things here, though, that, I've been working on since, I guess, learning stuff from Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. So we're going to go over some of the stuff that I've already spoken about, and we're going to talk about some stuff that is brand new that I don't think I've spoken about anywhere else. Right, let's get started with moves, because this is something I wanted to talk about, and I think I might have mentioned something before, but just in case. If you're going to create a moveset, yes, there are some brand new added moves, and in the December update, there will probably be even more. But the thing I love the most at the moment, and this is a very minor thing, and I know this is a passion project for me, but a lot of the move names have been renamed to what they previously were in the last 5 SmackDown games, so it's easier to identify character-specific moves instead of it just being labeled as Spinebuster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see here. You know exactly whose Spinebuster you're selecting for a creative moveset. So if you want Booker T's, you've got Booker T's, Triple H's, Stone Cold's, Rock's, Undertaker's, it's all here, which is great. Now, following a lot of the success I had with modifying backstage arenas in SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, I wanted to take that experience over into SmackDown vs. Raw, as I hated that we only had one backstage area in the official game. There will be 4 new backstage areas coming to SmackDown vs. Raw. So you will have the GM office, the locker room, the outside backstage, I guess, or backstage, and the parking lot. Now, these were either intended and then scrapped for your usual, free roam hardcore matches, or they were just used for season mode. Either way, there was a lot of work to get these playable in the state they're at now, without the camera zooming out with a lot of sort of obstructive things in the player's view, or zooming out into sort of a weird corridor in the case of the GM's office. I had to really sort of get rid of all that stuff, lock the camera in specific, and wall off all these areas. So they're just tiny box rooms. There are no interactive hotspots, but I have started adding weapons to them, just like I did with SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. So, for example, in the locker room, there is now a steel chair and a table. Both are usable. Obviously, the table is breakable. They're just the regular weapons you would use in any other match. And I plan to do that in the other 3 areas as well. So add like a trash can in the... Sorry, I'm pretty sick with a cold at the moment. So yeah, just to sort of give it a bit more flavor. Even though I know there's no interactive hotspots, but I still think this is way better than just having one backstage area. Another thing that's coming along quite nicely is the Creator Belt mode. Obviously, it's annoying that there is no tag team titles, but just like SmackDown vs. Raw 2006's Definitive Edition, there will be a massive amount of singles titles to choose from. And of course, there will be various UI and graphical changes and sort of default settings changed for season mode, such as the default champions, just because I think that makes the game better. It fits the timeline more accurately, and just, it just gives a feeling of freshness than, say, the game that was out, 19 years ago now. Now for my favorite feature. It's not perfect by any means, but a new feature will be your season champions can defend their titles in exhibition. So what you do is you select whoever the champion is in season, and then select them for a match in exhibition. So in this case, Chris Jericho is the default Intercontinental Champion, so we'll use him, and I'm going to have a match with Rob Van Dam. Now, Whoever wins this match will become your champion in season. The drawback of this is that, say, any singles match you have with a champion from season, so say the US champion, the IC champion, world champion, WWE champion, every single singles match will be a title match. So you don't have an option anymore of wrestling as the champions in non-title bouts unless it's a multi-man match. But I still think this is way better than, just not having title matches available at all. I always wanted title matches as a teenager back. I couldn't understand when they took it out after Smackdown 2. So I don't know. This is a big win in my mind, even though, yes, you can't wrestle anymore in singles matches with those champions outside of it being a title match. This feature is also available in Create a Pay-Per-View. So at the moment, I'm playing season as Hulk Hogan on SmackDown, and I am the WWE Champion. But I've created a pay-per-view, and let's see what happens. So as you can see, the main event is going to be Hogan versus Undertaker. And yeah, we just get these cool interests. Why did they take these out in 2006? Create a pay-per-view mode could have been so cool if they just kept adding sort of these cutscenes from SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and SmackDown Shut Your Mouth season mode and just add them into Create a Pay-Per-View. But instead, they decided to strip it and make it so bare bones. It was, it went so backward. It was not really worth playing anymore, especially when you could, defend belts in exhibition and kind of just play GM mode and stuff. It made the mode really redundant. So, as you can see, Hogan enters with the belt, and obviously if Undertaker beats Hogan, well, then Hogan won't be champion anymore, and, Hulk will lose the title, and Undertaker will be champion in my season. I don't know what that does to the storylines, though, because I've never tried actually being in the middle of a storyline and then playing this. I should really see if it bugs out, and does it switch to Undertaker? What happens to you? Are you still champion? Because I've always done it after I finish a program. So, for example, I'll do it when I finish a month in season mode, and then before I start the next story, if I want to play a few matches in exhibition and lose the belt, I'll do it. But yeah, I don't know if mid-story, if you were in a story for, say, the WWE title where you're the champion, I don't know if suddenly the title changes hands, what happens to season mode. So I should check that out, and I guess that'll be the next thing I actually take a look at in a couple of days. So anyway, guys, sorry, this has been a very short video, but thank you so much for your continued support and watching these videos. If you can, please click like and subscribe on the way out if you aren't already. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/ScottJay. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you very soon.